Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining us again. Our first session today with EY discussed the need for AI-ready data to launch successful agentic systems. Our next speaker will now address the next crucial question. How do we actually measure that success? It is my pleasure to introduce Manoj Yerrasani, Vice President of Engineering, Data and Personalisation at NBCUniversal. So over to you, Manoj.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you, Ella, and the entire team for facilitating
Thank
this.
you for joining us.
All right, so I hope everyone is able to see the presentation. So today I'm here to explain how we can measure the success of AI. I'll be using the data and personalization background in media where I work, and let's get started. So to quickly introduce myself, I am Manoj Yerrasani. I'm the Vice President of Data and Personalization at NBC Universal. I am responsible for the streaming data platform and personalization platform that power NBCU streaming products. The products are primarily Peacock in US, in Europe and Africa. They are Sky Showtime, Showmax, Now, etc. And my remit expands from the point the data get ingested, processed, stored, transformed, and made available for analytics. It also goes to the machine learning layer and AI aspects where we generate signals that enhance the customer experience on our products. Prior to this, for around 4 years, I worked at Warner Brothers Discovery, leading the search and personalization engineering. My first mission there was consolidating the search platforms. So I was a critical player to the launch of D+. I also consolidated search experience for several streaming products like Magnolia, Eurosport, Mototrend, etc. I Then I played a critical role during the merge between Discovery and Warner Brothers. I was chosen to lead the data and personalization service engineering. So I had the opportunity to consolidate the platforms, modernize them, and enable the launch of Max, which is now being called as HBO Max. So if you see together, I have the experience of working on very large scale systems that power millions of subscribers across the globe. I would like to approach this presentation in three sections. In the first section, I'll be introducing my world, because before I explain how to measure, I have to introduce you to the platforms, then explain the AI opportunities we are exploring, and then I'll talk about the guardrails using which we are measuring the impact of AI. So first, let's get started with the streaming data platform. The streaming data platform is the real-time data backbone for all the streaming products. I believe this is something common across any industry. If you don't have a good data platform, if your teams are not privileged to collaborate, share the data, then it is very difficult to drive the customer experience. So we have delivered the streaming data platform that has very advanced data operational capabilities, starting with unified data ingestion, processing, and governance. Especially in the streaming business where we handle with a lot of user data, it is very important for us to understand and adhere to the regulations around this data governance. We also pay a very good attention to the data discovery. So having the data and capability is not enough. In order to facilitate the collaboration, the customers should be empowered to understand what data is available on the platform, access it, and operate on it so that they can use the data to the advantage of the business. The most important part here is at this point, our streaming platforms are serving around 250 million subscribers across the globe. And in some cases, for example, Olympics platform is the only streaming application where Olympics was streamed in US. So it is important for us to provide uninterrupted services to the customers. So from the reliability and scale standpoint, we need to ensure that we have the right standards. At the same time, beyond the regular operations and analytics, we also support deeper data science requirements. We have a wonderful machine learning platform ecosystem that comes with a feature store, and data platform is the supplier, and feature store actually enables the data scientists to discover the data, to identify the patterns and build the algorithms and enable it towards the customer experience. And Yeah, finally, it is also important to see that we have single source of truth, and it also provides right actionable insights to the organization, facilitating collaboration. So that's the data side story. Moving to the personalization platform is key for the customer experience from the user engagement standpoint. Like, I'm pretty sure that everyone is familiar with the Peacock application, but if I have to simplify it further, another sort of Netflix application where when you launch the application, you see the movies populated in Rails, and every user experience is unique because every personality is different. We try to cater the content because we have a very big catalog. Like if we have a catalog of 80,000 to 100K videos, it is important that we recommend the right content to the customer so that the content discovery experience is simplified and the customer enjoys their experience on our product. So personalization platform is that enterprise-wide intelligence layer that helps us to uh, share the right content with the right audience. And this happens, there's a heavy orchestration involved here. I can quickly talk about the whole page optimization. And the reason why I'm deep diving into all these fundamentals are these are the areas where we are trying to enable the AI capabilities. And so it is important to understand these areas. So whole page optimization framework is a modern approach of personalization, which I applied at Warner Brothers Discovery, and we are continuing that vision at NBCU as well for Peacock. So instead of curating these recommendations at the component level, at a rail level, we want to make sure that the whole page appeals to the customers. So you need an extra layer that orchestrates the recommendation across these rails so that there is a minimal level of duplication, there is enough diversity between the recommendations based on the customer behavior. And again, we need to also be able to influence the customer behavior. So it has two dimensions. So whole page optimization is key for that experience. And from the technology powerhouse standpoint, in order to drive all this experience, you need to have a strong machine learning platform that supports the full cycle of these personalization models, from experimentation, feature engineering to the real-time inference. And need not say that personalization platform is a very good gateway to try out several user experience and ensure that we are not disrupting the customer experience and we are productionizing the right features. Now, let us talk about the AI opportunities. In the data space, the AI opportunities are broadly in two categories. One, in terms of new capabilities that are not possible with the manual approaches. And the second one, how do we actually increase the operational efficiency of data engineers who are responsible for the data operations? From the capabilities standpoint, I would like to start with the data discovery. Like I mentioned earlier, a data platform will be successful when it can actually enable true data collaboration. And true collaboration is possible when the data platform is simple to use, and discovery is a key aspect of that. Even if we enable self-servicing capabilities to explore these data tables, etc., it is extremely, especially in large scale enterprises like NBCU, it is extremely difficult even for a product owner who is very close to the data to understand and connect to the data. So the data discovery experience should be simplified. It is a sort of experience that a data engineer can provide to a product owner. So similarly, AI has an ability to act in the form of an AI agent or a digital employee to virtually assist this customer. It could be a product owner, it could be executive or a data engineer, to help them to connect to the right data set they are looking for. The next problem area is data quality monitoring. In my experience, I have seen that 30 to 40% of a data platform engineering capacity goes in actually addressing day-to-day issues, and this is also in a very reactive way. You actually come across a situation where the customer normally comes up with a problem saying like something on the report is not seeming to be correct, and then someone will have to debug, understand the issue, and fix it. We have been taking measures to be more proactive by actually using the data quality tools like Dataplex, Anomalo, etc., by actually defining the data validation rules, etc. But however, that is also not enough, because that also will not take you to a point where you can actually proactively manage the data quality. So that way, that is another point where we are trying to use the AI agents, which continue to monitor these data pipelines. And whenever a problem comes up, that is the next point about the self healing. It is not just about identifying and acknowledging a data incident, but it also has an ability to address these issues. And cost optimization is another key aspect here, especially when you're supporting and managing the live large scale events. It is important to have a very good controlling on scaling up your computing, storage, and data lifecycle requirements. And AI seems to be extremely powerful in this area as well. From the compliance standpoint, also sometimes handling everything manual is a challenge, because there will be room for manual errors, whereas combination of manpower and the AI power is actually proving to be more impactful in this area. And like I said, overall, it is totally possible to actually translate, or hand over majority of the trivial data operations, ranging from the data discovery, pipeline management, data quality aspects, etc. You can bring in an AI agency or an ecosystem that actually frees up your team from focusing from this trivial task, and they can do more to the business, where human intervention adds more value. Now, moving to the personalization platform, there are a lot of opportunities, and it is also important that we embrace these as soon as we can, because uh, a customer who actually experiences personalization across several platforms, their expectations are increasing, and if we don't accelerate our adoption, it is going to be a huge challenge. Starting with the basic problem of attention span, like if you are not able to connect to the customer and recommend the right content, there's a chance that this customer might actually move away from your application, and it will be a loss. When it comes to the opportunity areas, we are starting with deeper content and user understanding. For example, an ability to derive the metadata from your videos. Like the usual practice is the editors sit and curate the content metadata, and now with the help of AI, you can automate that process, and it's a lot of metadata. The more metadata you have, your models will be more powerful, and they can actually drive enriched customer experience. So that is where we are starting. And from the whole page optimization standpoint too, this is the direction the industry is heading towards. It's not just about curation at the page level, but there is a possibility to generate the user specific content in the content metadata in the real time. For example, there are some certain generic rails like recommendations for you because you watched, etc., but you can make it more intuitive by actually generating the rail titles in the runtime specific to the user, which will actually help the user to connect to the content better. The user engagement would increase a lot. And it also has an opportunity, and again, this is also a data space, how you connect these different data points, giving a meaning, so that at the end of the day, you actually share that meaning to the customer, improving the transparency, and heading towards better user engagement. In the algorithm space, there are a lot of opportunities. For example, deep learning, hybrid retrieval, transformers, cross encoders, etc. And whatever deeper context you are building in the form of content and user, your algorithms need that capability to leverage this. And this is not just about the platform. It could be an online journal, it could be a streaming platform. You need a strong partnership between the humans who are editors, who are the experts of content, in combination with the AI power, which actually has a larger computing and data deep diving capabilities. Together, this would be successful. So we are in the process of enabling new capabilities to our editorial team, so that they can do a better job in the curation. Uh, I think I don't want to spend too much time, because we have very little time left here. But along with that, how can we actually enable in-session recommendations? How can we actually play with the UI layout? How can we do better experimentation? And how can we do a better job in prediction, etc.? And overall, how do you actually enable a better user life cycle in the streaming? So that is what we are looking at. Now, getting into the need of measuring, obviously, it's a huge investment. You need to have a very good strategy. You need to have mechanisms to ensure that the strategy is yielding the results, and you need to have incremental milestones so that you can measure and you can actually make sure that your direction is correct. And you have to also feedback these observations back into your AI strategy and engine so that the behavior will improve. And from the cost, my personal struggle is this is an expensive initiative, and so it is important for me to from time to time to prove the impact to the business so that I get continued investments. So it is always important to have a strategy around how do I actually measure the AI success so that you can actually break the barriers between business and technology and help the business to connect to the advantage of accelerating on the AI front and then move forward in that direction. So when it comes to measuring, this is the core part of it. So I have extensively worked on this area. I have been part of multiple studies and discussions exploring what are the various options and what is the right way to measure. I think it has become a full circle where at the end of the day, if any new technology cannot demonstrate the impact on the business, it will not get required support and acknowledgement. So that is the reason, as part of my strategy, I always position AI success aligned with our existing KPIs. Let it be the data KPIs or personalization KPIs. Whatever business wins we are looking for, I would look at AI as another tool that would accelerate those business wins. And at the end of the day, the results will be seen on the business front rather than having a different framework, which will be a struggle for the business to connect to and understand. So on that front, what are certain KPIs we are looking at on the data front? We started to measure the data accuracy levels and how much time we are spending in on fixing this data quality issues, etc. And pipeline efficiency. This pipeline inefficiencies not only impact the business, but from the cost standpoint, it actually plays a big factor. So we are applying the AI agents for the pipeline maintenance and seeing like how much cost we are spending in actually maintaining these pipelines and fixing the issues we are coming across. And from the computing scaling aspect as well, like AI has excellent capabilities to guide you on your scaling strategy, storing strategy, etc. So ultimately your overall platform operational cost will come down. From the business experience standpoint or customer experience standpoint, inside the enterprise, we are actually paying a very good attention to the data discoverability feedback. We are seeing an increasing affinity towards these AI capabilities, as it is actually simplifying the user experience. So it's always not the number game, but it is also important to stay connected with your customers and ensure that they are experiencing the benefits of AI. So whatever I have covered earlier from the data quality standpoint, how is the incident and failure rate looking like? How proactive we are able to detect the data issues? How quickly we are able to reduce the latencies, and at the end of the day, overall platform trust level that is measured against how many times we actually fail to comply. Like we actually do the audit, and if there are any compliance issues, we measure them. And now with AI taking it over, we can always measure how many compliance issues were created over a period of time. And at the end of the day, like I said, it is not about just the data platform engineering team. The AI capabilities should reflect their impact across business and technology. So moving on to the personalization side, very similar to the data side, the regular business KPIs are being applied here. It could be watch time lift, conversions improvements, relevance and ranking quality, diversity and novelty gains, and at the end of the day, overall, what is a whole page optimization impact, which can directly measured by the play rate, or it could be the watch time. Beyond that, from the operational standpoint, how quickly you are able to turn around the experiments and increase in the experimentation velocity. Are you able to add new features like real-time personalization? And are you able to identify the model drifts ahead before the engagement of AI, and overall the team operational efficiency? Because AI is not limited to the platform capabilities, but these Gen AI tools that actually enables or accelerate engineering efficiency and throughput, we are paying a lot of attention to all those areas. So finally, at the end of this presentation, these are the key takeaways I would want you to remember. And after the basic understanding of a streaming data platform and personalization data platform, there's a lot of scope in this area where at the end of the day, we can actually, by taking advantage and leveraging the AI capabilities, we can take the customer experience to the next level. And it is important to stay competitive in this industry. And when it comes to the approach on measuring the AI success, I would strongly recommend that you need not go with another separate framework, which is hard to connect and sell to the business. Rather, you can identify areas where you can demonstrate the success of AI on your own business KPIs. So that is all I have. I'm open to any questions if we have time. Hope
I
that was.
mean, that was perfect timing. It literally ticked down to 0 and then you finished. We have a question that's come in, but we probably only have time for one. So the question is, are you seeing different departments across an organization utilize different AI platforms, or are they using one universal platform for all?
It's a very good question. At the organization level, normally when this AI hype kicked in, like everyone wants to do something and prove something, and it was more chaotic. So it took us some time to understand, like it is going to work only when we have a unified strategy at the organization level, and even the ecosystem. Like for example, AI agency or digital employee system, we are trying to establish. We are trying to collaborate and have one system so that from the governance standpoint, sharing standpoint, it is easier. Collaboration standpoint, basically, it is easier to manage. So having different strategies within the organization is not going to scale up.
Something easy to integrate. It's always good.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been very useful for anyone out there struggling to measure their data.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ella, for the opportunity. And I'm pretty impressed with the way you guys have been driving the conference. Good luck for the rest of the day. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. See you later.